Well, hello, YouTubers. I am back. Out of breath. Out and about taking care of business. I walked all the way to that building, across the street, got up the steps, and realized I forgot something. So I had to come all the way back. Now, there'll be times when I be leaving home and I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying, "You forgetting something." And and sometimes I remember that I have and get it before I leave, and sometimes I don't. But I don't know. For some reason, I don't remember him speaking to me. Well, yes, he did. And I didn't listen. Y'all, we got to listen. We got to stop, stand still, and listen to the Spirit of the Lord, you know. But then, too, backing up as I'm saying this, I needed to exercise. I've been so busy. I've been actually getting my steps in and out, parking further, and doing a lot of work in the home, you know. That's the way I've been getting. And out of the 20 pounds that I lost, well, actually, I used to weigh 289. And then I got down and I stayed stuck at 260 for I don't know how many years, wearing 22, 24. Now I'm down. I can actually wear 18, 20. Because my 3X's is just too large. What I had on yesterday was just too large. Let me lay this phone down. And I was thinking about, I'm looking a little cute today, you know? Looking a little cuter. I think it was Monday. And I was in the, had to go to the post office. Y'all can see my car is still dirty. Yep, it's still dirty. Turn my car off. And I was looking, not bummy, but I had on some faded. Roll my window up, it's raining. I had on some faded sweatpants and a blue top. The top wasn't faded though. And I had on, you know, head wrap, and I haven't put on any jewelry since Sunday. Actually, before then, I think. You know. And yesterday I had an appointment, so, you know, I dressed a little bit. But I was not looking bummy, never smelling, never looking a hot mess. But, you know, the point, what I'm talking about now is you got to know who you are, how you are, and what you are, not to mention whose you are. You know, for yourself. You got to know that for yourself. Because if you go by how some people treat you, just, I say maybe out of 100, maybe 1 or 2. And what I was thinking about while I was getting dressed, like I said, I look a little cute today, you know. I don't care about showing clothes, and you know, if I was trying to get monetized, I had thought about doing that, modeling some of these gorgeous clothes and shoes and bags and jewelry that I have. I have at least, I don't have that much sterling. I'm probably down to maybe about 15 pieces of sterling. But when it comes to costume, jewelry, vintage, and fashion jewelry, oh, I have at least about maybe 300 pieces, you know. And I don't keep it long. I don't buy it to keep, you know. And so anyways, like I said, I wasn't looking bummy, but, you know, it was hot, and I was busy, housework. I had to go to different places to find boxes, and then I had to go back home and pack. And by the time I got to the post office, oh my goodness, I had worked up a sweat. And so I shipped using priority mail, and I didn't have a label. It would have been tacky to just write it on the box when all I had to do was get a label, you know, because this was not online, this was offline, and I didn't have a code, you know, or a label to print off. So I got the priority label from out of the post office. And so it was about, I tried to use no, I didn't try to use that because I had to put insurance on it. So I went to get the label, and it was about maybe, I say 7 or 8 people in line. And the lady that where I had to get the label from, I say, excuse me, ma'am. And she didn't open up her mouth, and I picked up how sour she was before I even looked at her, you know. And I just glanced at her, because I'm not one to stare at people, you know. And nobody, you know, paid me no attention or nothing. It's just that, you know, it's just like, I can't say prejudice, because she wasn't white. She was mixed with something, you know. I did get enough look to look. I did look, glance enough to notice that, and the rest of the people in there was Caucasian, you know. And I don't have a problem with I'll say 98% of, you know, with no race. Actually, the truth be told, the biggest problem I have is my own race, you know. But I don't like Officer Tatum, well, ex-Officer Tatum, talking about my race. Ain't nobody gonna talk about my race to me, you know. I mean, I might discuss it with somebody in my race, but, you know, and, you know, I mean, but, you know, this man here is just, he's prejudiced against his own race. And I don't want to get into that, because like I said, I don't know, for those that just now coming, my best friends, well, my very best friend is black in my hometown. But next one is the 2 white gals right here in my city. Well, no, one of them not in my city. But one of them is, but not close up. And they busy. Just got back from Texas last week. Busy, always going somewhere, always doing something, you know, with them and the husband, and, you know. And so we don't get together as much. She did say she'll come pick me up, and, you know, we're going to eat out and something. I told her, you know, we can hold off on that, you know, because I don't care nothing about eating out, you know. As long as we stay friends, best friend that I've had in my city, you know. And so, and then I felt a presence, and I looked around, and it was a young girl, preppy dress. She was black. She had on some short shorts, and she didn't look like she was stink. What they say, you know, they don't say stinking. You know, when you look really, really, really bad, they say stink. She had on some short shorts. And her hair was like she had it in a ponytail, and she just looked neat and well groomed, and she may have been a college kid, you know, may have been. She was preppy, that's for sure. And I picked up that same spirit from her. I say, Lord have mercy. But you know what? If I had been well dressed, it wouldn't have made a bit of difference. See, my point being is, what's in you gonna come out? Who you are. You got some people, they are respecter of persons. They are a respecter of persons. Now, I don't care if this person listened or not, what I'm getting ready to say. I was never invited to the pool party. Never invited to the cookout or none of that. But they will pull up to my house to come and get somebody else to take them to have a good time. But then they want me, when the person die, then they want me to come and serve. You know, but the Lord fixed it. Because God, heaven knows, I mean, I was going to do it. But it got mixed up. Information got mixed up. You know, I got a phone call to say, do this, do that. And then I made a phone call. I said, well, where do we meet? And they said, at the church. So, anyways, God worked that out, because he knew I would have been feeling some kind of bad. So you showing me, you know, how you value me. The worth that you think. See, when you are let me tell you something. Oh, my God. I'll tell anybody, yes, I'm uneducated. I have an 8th grade education. I don't know much. I don't. Especially when it comes to education and books and stuff like that. I don't know much. But I'm highly intelligent. My rich friends, people that I meet, I've met people over the years that got it going on, that never see me like some folk that claim to know you and love you, you know, treat you. Some people, if you got this, or if you look like that, or you do this, or you do that, you know, then you got it going on. Then they want you in their presence. But if you're not like that, you know. But I thank God, I hope to be me. Let me tell you, going into this building here, that person that I came to see, and the one that to do the so and so for, the one that had to get the so and so, people just walking, looking at me, smiling and speaking, and I get that every time I hit the door. It's because people pick up on your spirit. People know you don't have no bad, hateful, mean, fake, phony, jealous, envious, backstabbing, conniving spirit. Just so full of hypocrisy. Just plain old deceived by the devil. And who it's for will get it. If it's you, ouch. If it's you, ouch. Ask the Lord to help you to repent. And like I said, you never know who listening. I know somebody that I did something for them. They asked me to promise to pay me back. They don't have so much money since then. But see, I never asked them for it. I never asked, because I knew they weren't going to pay me back. You got some people, they striving to be rich. And I won't say they won't never get it. They may get it. But if they do, they ain't going to keep it. They not going to keep it. To anyone that's listening and you living high on the hog, so to speak, you better be careful. You better be careful lest you fall. Because you don't want that rock to fall on you. So you better fall on that rock. And let me get out of here. I got my window rolled up. The car cut off. Because it was not hot. So I had my window rolled down to get some oxygen. Because when I get back home, I got to be stuck in the house. I'm going to open my door back up, though, so that oxygen can come through. But I have a lot of work to do in my home, And I went to the grocery store, got me a watermelon. That thing was sweeter than sugar, And so I could go to thrift stores, but I don't have no reason to go, And I don't got me some steps in. The rest of the steps I'm going to get today is going to be in my home cleaning up, and doing the other things that I do. And always talking to the Lord and thanking him and magnifying him for looking out for me. Today is President Obama's birthday. God bless him. May the Lord angels encamp round about him and all his family. Because after my husband passed and I had checked the wrong box, my husband had actually fixed it where I could get a right fat check, every 25th of the month. But I liked big sums of money, so I checked to get all the money at one time. But he had retired twice, and it won't that, the hundreds and hundreds that I thought I was gonna get. Nope. It's just a few dollars, y'all. And so I could have lost my home because I wanted the home and my name on it because I had lost out on 2 homes. Matter of fact, 3. I had lost out on 3. Yep, I had lost. Well, actually, one supposed to, the condo my son supposed to have got. So actually, he lost out on that. I lost out on the money. If I had only looked in that big pocketbook, but I never rambled through nobody's stuff. See, some people, they ain't got no problem rambling through people's belongings and stuff in their home. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. And I magnify the Lord for how I am. Because he got me like I am, And so, I forgot my point. Let me get off here. I'm hot, sweaty, and I'm getting old, y'all. God bless you. Remember, wise men, ladies, boys, and girls, still seek Jesus. I won't forget that. He loves you, and so do I. Till next time. Bye-bye.